This top table, we have Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum, we have the CEO of Queensberry, George Warren, and we have Tunde Ajayi, of course, alongside Anthony Yarde, and we have the defending world champion and the challenger, Anthony Yarde himself, Artur Beterbiev, up here as well. Tickets are already on sale via axs.com. The fight is brought to you by Queensberry Promotions in association with Top Rank, and televised here in the UK on BT Sport and in the US on ESPN+. Let's have a chat. Let's talk to some of the people up here. Let's bring in George Warren first of Queensberry. George, a huge fight to start 2023 for Queensberry, and you've delivered a wonderful opportunity here for Anthony Yarde.
Yeah, it's a great night of boxing. It's a really, really interesting, exciting fight. We all know Beterbiev and the capabilities that he has, and what an outstanding fighter he is. But I think this is Anthony's time. That's our hunch. That's why we've invested in this fight. That's why it was important that we delivered this for Anthony in the UK. He travelled for his last world title shot all the way to Chelyabinsk, which was an experience that we all we look back on and laugh. But it was a strange environment, and Anthony that night showed at certain points in that fight that he's a world-class light heavyweight, and his job now in the UK, with the UK fans behind him, live on BT Sport, is to show he can do it for whatever amount of rounds he needs to and knock this guy out or win it on points.
Frank Warren, obviously your father, George, has been known over the years as getting the timing right for certain fights, bringing over a world champion or getting a world title fight when it's just about right. Do you feel as though, on your side, on the Queensberry side, this is all about timing and you've got the timing right here?
I mean, firstly, Anthony's in this position and he's getting this opportunity because he's the WBO mandatory. And, you know, we work very closely with Top Rank. Obviously, we're partners with them in Tyson Fury, and we do a number of co-promotional events with them. I think Dad and Bob have been working together now for longer than either of them probably wants to remember. But it wasn't a complicated deal to be done. We were originally looking at doing this in October. They requested from us for a bit of an extension because of some minor surgery that Beterbiev was having. And we accepted that. That's why we're in January. But I think that the time was set by the fact that Anthony's in this position. He's got to fight the world champion that holds that title, take advantage of it being in the UK. But timing is like anything. It's as good as the punch you throw.
Nicely said, George. Thank you, George. We'll probably come back to you shortly as well. Let's bring in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum. Your champion, Artur Beterbiev, challenging over to the UK, to the challengers, travelling to the UK, to the challengers' hometown. Give us the mission statement here for Artur Beterbiev and what kind of you guys aim to gain out of this.
Well, first, I mean, I'm delighted to be here because I remember when I was much younger, promoting and co-promoting fights for the great English light heavyweight John Conte, who was a terrific battler and a great attraction. I have also promoted great light heavyweights like Bob Foster and Jorge Ahumada, but I have never seen anybody with the power and skills of Artur Beterbiev, because Artur is really something special. He is a tremendous puncher, a very good fighter. He takes a very good punch, and it will take an unbelievable performance by an opponent to be able to beat him. So I am absolutely thrilled to be here, and I have absolutely no problem with doing this fight in London because knowing Artur, he will shine as he has in all of his professional fights.
He's the only world champion out there with a 100% knockout ratio. When did you realise that you had something a little bit special on your hands, Bob?
When I just watched him early on, knocking one guy out after another. And then after we signed him, we put him in with a light heavyweight who was a co-champion named Alexander Votzik, who I thought was absolutely tremendous, that nobody could beat. And Artur not only beat him, but knocked him out. After the Votzik fight, I said, this guy is really something special, and the light heavyweight division has never seen anybody like him.
Thank you, Bob. Let's bring in trainer-manager Tunde Ajayi on the Anthony Yarde side. Tunde, give us your opening thoughts. This is it. This is the fight that you guys have been aiming for. Here we are.
First and foremost, thank you for the press, the media, everyone in attendance.
Thank you. Next to you, George.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be on.
Mic check.
There we go.
First and foremost, thank you to all the press, all the media in attendance today. Great turnout. And thank you, Mr. Bob Arum. Definitely a pleasure and an honour to be in your presence. I study boxing. I live boxing. It's my life. I've watched you over the years promote many fighters, and I've actually heard you say the same thing about Artur Beterbiev. You said the same thing about Shakur, Mayweather, and everyone else, and I respect your opinion highly. In terms of myself and Anthony, dream it, believe it, become it. We've dreamt about this from day one, and it was never ever the opponent. It was always, this is what we want, and whatever we have to do to get it, who is ever in our way, that's what it's going to be. And it just so happens that the man in front of us is spoken about as, you know, the beast, the monster, but I believe, and I know, I have one exactly better in Anthony Yarde. He's a special individual. I've always said this, you know, after only 12 amateur fights, we're talking about special after only 12 amateur fights, he fought arguably the #1 light heavyweight in the world at the time, Ring Magazine, 2-time Ring Magazine Fighter of the Year in Sergey Kovalev. And we went to Russia. This is you're talking about special. This is a man who had 12 amateur fights. Fought for a world title within 4 years of a professional. And we came up slightly short, but again, to show you how special this young man is beside me. 3 years later, we're fighting for an even bigger prize. So you don't do less and get more, you do more and get more. So we have the opportunity on the 28th of January to write a history which has never been written before. And that's what it's about for us. It's about writing something that's never been written. And I know in my heart of hearts, no one is beating this man to my right, Anthony Yarde. He is a special, special person, individual, fighter. And it's going to be, it's good. I hope everyone keeps the same energy that they have for Beterbiev now on the 28th of January, because you will see a new, unified light heavyweight champion of the world.
Have you got to do anything different for this camp now that you're preparing for Beterbiev, or is it more of the same and just being the best Anthony Yarde?
Well, you know, I remember after Russia, I think it was Umar asked me, you know, am I going to change anything? And I said, we ain't changing nothing. You know, sometimes I feel, what I've found in boxing is you fall over and people start blaming everyone. They start making these changes. And my thing to Umar, I was like, we are not changing. Life is not a bed of roses. There's ups and downs. So the main thing is to stay focused. Stay focused. I always said to Ant, you know, I don't listen to anyone else. It's me and Anthony. I've always said, Ant, just stay focused. Let's stay. And he believed in me. And that's why I owe Anthony a lot, because when many have said, leave him, he is this, he's that, Anthony knows me. He knows how much this means to me for him. And so There's no changing. We live this. We're in the gym every day. Anthony has only taken 1 week out of the gym since the day his career started. That's not somebody who's taking this as a hobby. And you know, I just feel that everything's timing. I said it. Go and check the interviews. I said it. Everything's timing, and it's a great time. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a great challenge, a great champion, Artur Beterbiev. I study him. He's a fantastic fighter. So yeah.
Well, let's bring in the challenger before we go to the champion. Let's bring in Anthony Yarde here. Anthony, this is it. This is the moment that you've been building up to your whole career. A shot at 3 of the 4 light heavyweight belts, the unified titles on the line. Give us your opening thoughts.
Opening thoughts are, I thank God. It's plain and simple. I thank God. This really happens, you know, someone getting a second chance. And this time it feels right. Last time it just didn't feel right. I was very eager. I was very excited had got the opportunity. Nothing was in my favour. I was a rising prospect. Only 18 fights within 4 years after 12 amateur fights, and I got chucked in the deep end. But I saw it as it's an opportunity. The way I'm built is I came from nothing. So if I get given an opportunity, I'm taking it. I feel like I need to stop cherry picking. I need to stop fighting, you know, monsters like Beterbiev and Kovalev. I need to stop this cherry picking. I'm trying to elevate my career. I've got into the sport to fight the best. When I'm shouting lions in the camp, it's not no gimmick. It's lions have no choice but to go and hunt, or they go hungry. And I got that same mentality when I'm in the gym. As Tunde said, since I turned professional, actually since I started boxing, I haven't had more than a week outside the gym. Even if I'm on holiday, I'm working. If I'm in this country, I'm working. With an injury, I'm working. Because I feel like I'm behind in boxing. You know, Beterbiev had, I don't know, but I know it's over 200 amateur fights. That's a lot of experience. 18 professional fights, 18 knockouts. I'm going to be switched on. I'm going to be sharp. I'm going to be fast. And I will end it with the same statement. I thank God.
Okay, well, let's bring in the champion. I believe there's a translator around here somewhere as well, if he's needed. Artur, welcome. Great to have you here. Give us your opening thoughts. Thank you, translator. Give us your opening thoughts. How are you feeling? This is fight number 19 coming up for you in London. Tell us what you think.
صعوبة على لسانس وجدية العفان واحد.
Слушай, قاعد يدردو حتيجر دو بوخ. شاد خل challenge принять это. شاد سوول بوخ.
I ask him translate because I don't know because my English is not good, not very good. My American English, but what England English is worst, you know. That's why I ask him what he say. If he say something bad.
He said he has to stop cherry picking, but he's joking. You're not a cherry picker.
халявный вариант, что принимается.
Yeah, it's good.
Хел вариант принять.
You know, thank you very much for Bob. Thank you very much. I'm very happy to be here, to have a fight in England. Long time ago, I've been here in Olympic game, 2012. And I'm happy to be here. And we will see what happened in 28th of January. I don't want to talk a lot, you know. I want to do something in 28th of January.
What is it you want to do?
You know, do good my work like usually.
What do you think of our challenger here, Anthony Yarde? What do you know about him?
He's a good fighter, you know. He's strong. He's looks like not bad. Serious guy. Yeah. We'll see, you know. And we just started to watch some type of videos, everything, you know. And it's good challenge for me. I respect him. I respect for everyone, all my past of my opponents. I respect them, all of them. I mean, his boxing is well. Be ready. I try to be too.
I think Artur says he's going to be ready. Anthony, tell me this: you've got home advantage. You are boxing in the arena that you actually had your career debut. Tell us how it feels to be boxing at home for the World Light Heavyweight Unified titles.
Feels amazing. Again, it's never been done before. A unification bout with a British fighter to have won the unified light heavyweight championship of the world on British soil. So as I said, it's all about me, for myself, my career, my ambition, and the whole world respects Artur Beterbiev and what he's accomplished, and so do I. And I feel like when I respect somebody, you're going to get the best version of Anthony Yarde. Home soil, it don't really mean too much to me because everyone's going to get out the ring. It's going to be me, Beterbiev, and the referee sharing some rounds in the ring. So that's when it gets exciting for me. And when I hear "and the new," it's like, your beliefs become reality. So that's what I'm looking forward to most.
You watched his last fight ringside. You were there in New York against Joe Smith. Looked like a fantastic performance from Beterbiev to me. What did you see that night? What did you think? And was there anything in there giving you extra confidence you can beat him, or was that just a distraction?
From what everyone saw, it was a distraction. In the light heavyweight division, he's been nothing but a wrecking ball. Knocked out every opponent this far. So again, I've got to look at that and say, yeah, I've seen it in the flesh. Both of them, from my opinion, on TV, it can appear a bit quicker. So what I said initially was, he's a little bit slower than I thought, but he's very powerful. I feel like I'm the faster fighter. By age, I'm the fresher fighter. But in experience, I'm behind a lot. So again, I don't take anything off of sight value. I take it off of, in my mind, I gotta put myself in the dungeon, put myself in the dirt, water it, and try and grow a strong, elegant, beautiful, godly tree. That's what I'm trying to do.
Artur, is Anthony the faster fighter?
Can speak translate to me?
Is Anthony faster
I
than
don't
Artur?
understand him.
Faster.
I heard about, he said I'm slowly, but I try to be fast, prepare, be fast on 28 January. I do my best, believe me.
Are you ready for a faster Artur Beterbiev, Anthony?
Absolutely.
Tell me this, Artur. The last time you boxed a British opponent, it was Callum Johnson, and he won by knockout, but he got knocked down in that fight. Does Artur think that he's going to have a similar sort of fight against Anthony Yarde?
We never know, It's boxing, and как сказать это? Самое главное, что я встал и выиграл.
He said that the main thing that he stood up and then he won, he knocked him out. So the main thing that Artur stood up and then he knocked him out in the Callum Johnson's fight, and no one knows how it will end. So he's ready for the best.
It's also experience for me. I have to know how is it.
Has Anthony Yarde got anything that Artur Beterbiev has never seen before?
Yarde تاع حمصان تسجن هم دويبو شو.
Yarde تعبه. Здорово парень, ой мускулистый, как этот качок.
He looks like bodybuilder.
Anything else? Anthony, tell me this. How are you going to beat this man here? I mean, there's a lot of voices out there that are obviously picking against you. I think you prefer that. I think you prefer that. All those voices are sort of saying the opposite thing. How are you actually going to do it in there January 28th?
I guess I don't think anyone's got a globe. I don't see any globe here. I don't see anyone looking into a globe going, ooh, we know the future. For me, it's go and buy your tickets or tune into BT Sports, because that's the only way we're going to know the outcome. No one here is psychic, just, you know, two men with ambition, with the will to win. And I feel like on the 28th of January, that's the only time we're going to know how it ends, who's going to be victorious. So you have to tune in to know.
You have to tune in or get your tickets. Artur Beterbiev, we're going to come to you for the final comment here. You have 18 knockouts in a row. Is this number 19?
It's 18 knockouts. It's because of I'm luck, you know.
It's luck.
It's luck. But I prepare to be luck, you know. And for this fight too, I try to be prepared to be luck.
You think you're going to get lucky on January 28th?
You know, I can thinking like 24 hours, but I like more do something, you know, preparing, and we're already starting to prepare. We will show in 28th January.
Fantastic. Well, there you have it. January 28th, live on BT Sport in the UK, ESPN Plus in the US, the OVO Arena, Wembley. Tickets are already on sale, so make sure you're there. I mean, this is a hell of a firefight, this is going to be. Artur Beterbiev defending his unified world light heavyweight title against Anthony Yarde.